when a young woman enters novitiate, I feel like Jesus is taking this little plant and entrusting it to me for this time, which is about 2 years, so that with Jesus we can take care of nurturing and providing for this plant that then he will use to bring life and joy and peace to all the people that will see this plant, because our vocation is all about giving life. And the novitiate is a time in which the young woman opens herself to God's life and God's love. And I'm privileged to be with her, walking on the journey. And then that life and that love that she receives from the Lord becomes the life and the love that she shares with all the people she will meet as a Pauline apostle. The novitiate is such a delicate time in which a young woman really is falling more and more in love with the Lord. And so, as one who accompanies her in that journey, listening is very important. Listening to how the Lord is working in her life, listening to how the Lord is inviting her to grow. And one of the most beautiful things is to see how the young woman is opening herself and deepening that relationship with the Lord, which is the most important gift in her life. A day in the life of a novice contains many elements. We definitely give priority to prayer, and so a daily hour of adoration, special time spent with the Lord is very important. But then each novice is assigned to a particular area of our apostolate, maybe working in the editorial department, maybe working in the digital publishing department. So she has time to interact with the sisters, time to develop the gifts that she has, so as to use them for our mission. And then there's time of class and study and personal reflection, so that what the novice is learning, the content that she's receiving, she's able to think about, reflect upon, and see, how does this impact my life? How am I being invited to live this dimension of the Pauline life? What challenges might I find, do I find? And then there's community time, meal times, time for cleaning, time for sharing on the Word of God, which is also a very important part of our life. So the novice's day has many elements, but all geared towards preparing her to be a daughter of St. Paul. The central focus of the novitiate studies is the constitutions of the Daughters of St. Paul. And the constitutions are so much more than a document or a book. It's the guide to how we as Daughters of St. Paul are called to live this covenant of love with God. And so the constitutions explain, but more than explain, invite us to live chastity, poverty, obedience. They invite us to live this communion of life with one another as sisters, invite us to live this life of prayer, particularly Eucharistic prayer, focused on the Word of God. And the constitutions are the heart of our relationship, of our covenant with God.